people like to know what you think the worst of something is. I've got a list here that is the 5 worst popular rappers.
I put 5 together.
Okay.
I don't like this. I don't. This isn't going to be probably what you're looking for. I don't listen to a lot of like bad rap. Obviously, in my
True.
time, I would rather listen to good rappers, right? But this is what I have. So at
Okay.
number 5, I have Birdman.
Mm,
I know he's kind of like a kind of an OG, like borderline, whatever, like has skin in the game, but
yeah.
never appealed to me.
Yeah.
At number 4, I have Milli Vanilli, since technically they weren't the ones rapping. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah.
At number 3, I have Lil Xan, just
Mm,
because it's kind of stupid.
yeah.
At number 2, Tom McDonald, bad.
Well,
And
what
then at
about Ben
number 1,
Shapiro?
I forgot about Ben Shapiro on my list. But at number 1, I have 6ix9ine, because he is a garbage person with garbage music.
Mm,
So it's like kind of the two, double whammy there. So
mm.
that's
Okay.
my list. What do you think?
Okay. I I agree with that. I think all of those people are pretty not great. 6ix9ine is on my list. I was kind of like trying to force myself to get into like some really popular people, I think. So like obviously like Tom
Okay.
McDonald is horrible. That he would be on anybody's list for
I
sure.
would think so, yeah.
Um but like
Except for Ben Shapiro's.
that's true. But like I feel like 6ix9ine. I feel like I'm not a big. This might ruffle some feathers. I'm not a big Coy Leroy fan or Leray. Is it Leroy or Leray?
Leray.
Leray, yeah.
Yeah.
Like so, I'm
Kid
just
Leroy, Coy Leray.
yes, yes. Um,
That's the mix up.
I don't know. I know that there's like been some hype around like her, but it's not for me. Yeah, I don't like. This is also gonna ruffle some feathers, probably. I would put like Yeat on the list for like some of the worst rapping. I
Haters are
can't.
gonna come after
I
you.
know they are. I can't stand the like mumble rap stuff. Like I'm just like, what is that? Like I get it that there's in art there is room for anything,
Yeah,
but
Yeat
like
is really mumbly though.
but when you tape a banana to a wall and you sell it for $5 million, like there's got to be somebody that says this isn't art. Like what is this? Like what is this? I don't know. To me, that Yeat like is kind of in that category where I'm like, I kind of like his music, like his instrumental side of things
Yeah,
better.
his
When
production's really, really good
yeah,
actually. But as a rapper, I agree I mean, there's no substance, like there's just nothing there.
yeah, and I just don't find like I don't know. Anyway, not for me. I'm not a big Lil Yachty fan. That's also gonna be like potentially. See, and this is what I was pushing myself like, because obviously these aren't bad rappers. I was really pushing myself to be like, who are 5 rappers that like I just don't really like and that were really popular or are really popular. Obviously, Lil Yachty's super popular, um, and I was never like this probably isn't a hot take, and this is like going back a little while. I was never like a Nelly person. I know he was kind of like
Mhm.
in the middle of like R&B and rap. He wasn't necessarily like, but that would be. I think that was 5, right? Yeah, that was 5.
That's 5. Yeah,
I know,
that's like
I know. I'm just like burning this ship. We're just
yeah.
like
I'm gonna have to push back a little bit on this so I don't get people in my mentions. Nelly is great. He's a and he has some classic hip hop stuff
he does,
like Grills.
he
Oh, that's
does.
so good. And the Heart of a Champion album, is that what it's called? The album where Heart of a Champion is on. There's like a lot of really good deep cuts. Like another one is really good. Um, I can't think of some of the other ones off the top of my head without looking at the track listing, but it's a good album.
Hmm.
I fear that you are thinking of kind of late career Nelly, Just a Dream, stuff like that.
A
where
little
he
bit,
kind of
maybe.
was just trying to get radio play, but
Yeah.
I think some of his hip hop stuff is really good.
Well, maybe I need to
Okay,
give it more time. Who knows?
let me keep going.
Okay, keep going.
Leray, I actually agree that like she's very hit or miss,
Mm-hmm.
but the track that she did on the Spider-Man soundtrack, Self Love,
Mm-mm.
that
Yeah.
Metro curated, that was my most played song that year on my
Really?
Spotify
Okay.
rap. Like
Okay. I did
I
like
listened
that
to that
track.
song so
I
much.
did like that track.
And then so what don't you like about Yachty? Just out of curiosity.
I just don't think like I just don't know if I've ever really been able to like relate to his sound and to appreciate like sometimes I'm there, like sometimes I guess I can relate to him lyrically a little bit. And like obviously with rap, like it's not like you're like I don't know. Like lyrically sometimes it's just about being funny or being, you know what I mean? Like it's not always like you have to like relate to like, as a Kendrick fan, sometimes you like get a little greedy with that because like Kendrick's lyrics are almost always pretty intentional, whereas like a lot of rappers just aren't like that. Sometimes they're just funny, sometimes they just want to be like, you've got your typical like really vulgar rap, and then you've got your like goofy, silly stuff. Like Tyler the Creator does a lot of that. Like, so obviously, I know that I'm not gonna like from like a psychological standpoint really relate to everything, but I think I just have never understood all of the hype around his sound, around like his flow and stuff like that. It just has never really sat with me. Whenever I hear a Yachty song, I'm usually just kind of like, okay, I guess. But like I said, this isn't like the worst ever list.
Right. Yeah, I know. He's not. Yeah, I know. Clearly, he's not.
Yeah, he's obviously a good rapper, but I just mean like of people that I just feel like are really, really popular. He's just one that I'm kind of like, I'd probably pass on him almost always.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. Did you listen to his psychedelic rock album?
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's a little
was like,
different.
it is, yeah.
It's not a really good psych rock album. I
Yeah.
mean, like his fans were making it like
I know. It's like the
they
second
think he's
coming.
Floyd.
Yeah, yeah. He's building the second wall.
It's not, but it's really cool that he did something like that. I
Yeah.
do think he's a very versatile artist.
He
As far
is.
as hip hop goes, he finds these pockets that are like almost offbeat. And so I think that can be off-putting for people.
Yeah,
But
it's
for
not.
me, it's cool.
It's not as much that. Like I know what you're talking about, and I find that like it's actually in those are the tracks that I enjoy more.
Yeah, they're interesting.
Yeah, I enjoy that side of Yachty, I guess. I guess I didn't really count as psychedelic rock album because like I didn't really consider that rap as much,
Right,
but I like kind of liked it. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was cool that he was like stepping out like that. But yeah, I guess it's just he's never been somebody that I've just been really taken by.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
No problem with that. I mean, not everyone's gonna vibe with everyone, right? And
It's
there's
true.
lots of Yachty songs I don't like. Like
Yeah.
I'm not like a Yachty meat writer, as the kids say. Like I like Yachty, and there's lots of songs I really like, and there's some that I love, and there's lots I don't like.
Yeah.
Like he's not one of the upper echelon rappers in the game right now, but I also don't think he's anywhere near the bottom. So
no, he's definitely not.
that was fun.
All right, that was fun. I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail.
Maybe. I don't think there's like
there wasn't
for the Yachty. Like not many Coi Leray like
it's true
diehards. I don't think.
The Yeat though.
The Yeat, yeah, the Yeaters might come after you, but
they're pretty vicious, man.
They can't deny, right? Like he's not that great of a rapper. It's what he does sonically that is enticing. Like I feel like that's common knowledge, but maybe they feel different.
You can't say anything wrong about people's idols, right?
That's true.
Well, let's stay on this like worst train. What are 5 of your worst takes? I maybe have 5 of them just now, like just before. Those are all 5 of my worst takes.
All right. Well, I guess you don't need to share.
I don't know. I don't need to.
All right. Well, I've got 5 that honestly I feel like they're all good takes because
Okay.
they're my
So
takes.
you're not rolling back on them. These aren't like takes where you're like that was a mistake. These are like
So,
what
you'll see.
Okay.
Some of the
I'm
ones
here.
I prepared, like I have come around since.
Okay. I get it.
So at number 5, recently, actually,
Mhm.
in a recent video I did on TikTok, I said that Future has a better discography than Pusha T, Tupac, and Drake. And I actually stand by this take still, but I know some people think it's a bad take. But I
Interesting.
stand by it. So
Okay.
I'm going to include it there. I would love to know what you think about that. Are you a Future fan?
I'm not a huge Future fan. I like him for sure.
Okay.
That is like it's also like interesting. He has, I guess, maybe Drake aside. Who you said Pusha T, Drake, and who was the other one?
Tupac.
Future's like discography is massive. To start
And
with, he's got like
yeah, so that separates him from an artist like Tupac. Where
Yeah.
unfortunately, Tupac just wasn't able to have as large of a discography
Yeah.
as we would all.
Well, and even Pusha, like how many albums does Pusha have? He would have under 10, wouldn't he? Would he have under
If we're
10?
include, I think more if you include his albums as clips,
Okay.
but maybe not. It's probably around 10,
Okay.
honestly. But
Yeah.
Drake has a large discography.
Yeah, he
and I
does.
think Futures is more consistent.
I would agree with
I
that.
said that.
I agree with that take. I would agree. Like, Tupac's a hard one because like he's got so little, and like probably a lot of people would argue like his potential he wasn't even at his peak potentially. Like that's what happens when you lose an artist, early.
Yeah, Tupac would have had a better discography.
Yeah. But I would probably agree with Tupac and with Drake, even though the Tupac one sounds like sacrilege just coming out of your mouth, just because you're
it's
like
kind of gimmicky, low-key.
But the Pusha T is a tough one for me. He's got some great albums, and I don't know, like, do you think that Pusha T has some some pretty bad misses in his like?
No.
Yeah.
No, I
You're
don't think
more
he
so
has,
just thinking.
I don't think he has any misses. Like
I
Pusha T has
wouldn't
one of the
say.
most consistent discographies in hip hop.
Yeah.
I just think Future also does.
He does, yeah.
I don't know. Like the truth is, between the two of them, Daytona probably is the best album between both of their discographies, in my opinion. But then like the next 3 probably go to
Future. Yeah. Yeah. I could get there for it.
That's kind of my thought process there.
You know
I'm
what?
a big Future fan. I got my Metro and Future shirt.
Yes.
One of the best
I love it.
I went to last year.
Nice. I love it. I could probably get there with you on that. I do like Future, but I really like Pusha T. I could easily I could throw out all of Drake's discography. I could care less about listening to
Okay, now people are going to come after you.
I'm not a Drake hater, but like I just find his stuff too mainstream.
Your fellow Canadian. Wow, what a patriot.
Yeah, well, hey, what can you do? All right, what's number 2 or 4? I don't know if you're numbering them or if they're just
number 4. Yeah, I guess they're numbered. I don't know. They have numbers next to them, so we can say it.
Let's do it.
4. My original take was that Benny the Butcher is the best member of Griselda, but I made that like that's what I believed early in their discography.
Sure.
Since then, I think it's fairly obvious that West Side Gun is the more consistent artist.
Yeah.
Has more of an ear for beats and I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious that he is the best member of Griselda. So I've
you've walked back a little bit.
On it, but I think it's pretty common knowledge now, I would assume.
Yeah. And like you could potentially double down if you're like, at the time I said this, it is true.
That's true. I mean, maybe it's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just what I said. So at number 3, this one people might be mad at.
Okay.
Because they were very mad when I said this originally. Is that I don't think that Lady Gaga is as special of a vocalist as everybody else does. I think that, I mean, she's obviously talented, but we're talking like an all-timer. People think she's like an all-time vocalist, and I just don't see her on the same level as like a Freddie Mercury, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin. Like to me, she's not in that tier, but for many people, she is. I don't know what you think about that.
I would not have even. I didn't know that this was a thing. I wouldn't
It's a
even.
thing, bro.
I wouldn't even put her in a top 50 of vocalists.
People put her in the top 10.
What? No, no.
I promise you, they do.
She's like a decent vocalist, but like that's not her thing. That's not, in my opinion, that's not what. It's more the songwriting. It's more the like pushing the boundaries of pop and
to me too, and the persona, like
yeah, the persona. I would never have really thought that it's like vocal. I wouldn't even say she's like in the top 50 of vocalists that are still like that are still alive and in their prime right now. Like I wouldn't.
I'm glad you're on my team. So
I don't know.
People are in my comments.
Yeah, you can have this clip. You can have this clip.
You have to come to my defense, bro.
I just don't see that. Maybe saying
in the top 10.
Maybe saying in the top 50 of like right now current is a little extreme, but like I don't know, there's some really amazing vocalists like and newer like take any female vocalist in R&B and male vocalist in R&B or soul genre, and most of them are going to be better than Lady Gaga. Like
there's a lot of really good vocalists out right now in the R&B genre.
Yeah, like that's what you have to be in R&B though. Like that's the thing.
Right.
You can't be a good R&B. Like the only one that's kind of like that is Drake. You know what I mean? Like he's like high in R&B and it's like he's just auto-tunes everything. He's not a great vocalist, but like you think of like the new Ray, like phenomenal vocalist, new R&B artist. Like there's so many. Like you can literally list probably 10 to 20 R&B artists, all female, not even getting into male R&B, like and talking about Bruno Mars or something. Like you can literally list all of these people and they're much better in my opinion.
I promise you, there are lots of people that think she is a better vocalist.
That's crazy. This is blowing my mind.
They will say that she like outsang Bruno Mars on Die with a Smile.
No, never. Absolutely never.
I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you that is what people.
No, I want to fight with you. I want to fight with you.
They will put Lady Gaga, these little monsters, will put her in the top 10, top 20 all-time vocalists.
Man,
and so I'm so glad that you agree with my take that she's not in there.
How could you even compare her to Whitney Houston, to Mariah Carey, to
I don't know,
Michael Bublé, to even Bruno Mars? How could you ever compare? Like, yeah, maybe I don't, but it's like when you're doing these parts, like, is she a good, like, is she somebody that could just off the cuff like sing something really well, or is she designing these parts for herself, for her voice? She knows what she like, you know what I mean? Like that there's so much more. She is a good vocalist.
She can sing, like, you know, it's not just pop. Like she can sing R&B. She can even sing jazz. Like
yeah, she's a good.
Like it's impressive what she does. But we're talking all time.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even. Yeah. I would not be in that camp, even close to that camp. Absolutely not.
All right. Thanks for backing me up.
Hey,
that's why
I'm here for
you on your podcast. I just come here for you to just agree with me.
Hey, I wish that it was reciprocated. You attacked me at the last one, so
I was just
I'm just
sharing some thoughts. Okay, at number 2, when Billie Eilish released Happier Than Ever, I was disappointed and thought that it was a step backwards. But I have since come around to it a little bit more. Like, I think that there are some great songs on there, but it just didn't feel as dynamic as her previous releases.
Yeah.
And I do kind of stand by that. But I also think that it probably is her best album vocally. If we're talking about vocalists, by the way.
Yeah, Billie Eilish. Yeah,
really good.
Absolutely.
I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I still kind of stand by it a little bit.
I could see you getting to that point. Shoot, what's the album before that called? It's not Bury a Friend, is it? What is it called?
No, it's When We.
Yeah, the long title.
Yep.
Yeah. That one is like that one's just such a wild album. So
It's like
dark.
lightning in a bottle, right?
Yeah,
Don't you think? Like
it's
she
so
brought something there that was
yeah.
special for the
It
time.
it was just an insane album, and like just still blows my mind. I listen to that album so much. And you talk about how you maybe listen to were you saying Folklore? You listen to it once a month? I
Yeah.
probably listen to that album, which I don't even know the name of it. So obviously, but I probably
No
listen to
need.
that album once a month as well. And
Is that your favorite Billy project? Would you say?
yeah. Um it's so tough because I love Happier Than Ever. Um, I think that's Phineas's best work. I think production,
Yeah,
he
I'd agree with that.
he just totally knocked it out of the park. Like there's some stuff in there that's just so crazy. A lot of this like 50s, 40s, 50s female vocal sounds that he like kind of brought into it. And how they did kind of those like split songs where it was like this like long
Like
whatever.
Goldwing,
Yeah.
for example.
Yeah.
Oh, that song's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And the thing that I love about like Phineas and his production is like he just takes random sounds that he's heard and he's like, that's a cool sound. He like records it on his phone, then he puts it in a track.
Yeah.
I like in Happier Than Ever, like the famous one is like they were in Australia and the walk signal, like the sound it makes is like a really weird, it's like and it's in I forget which song, but it's in one of the Happier Than Ever songs, and it's like this is how is this guy so crazy? So I would have a hard time. I think in terms of how much I like it, I would say um that her Where Do We Go When We Fall Asleep or whatever is my favorite. But in terms of best, I feel like I could go either way. Depends on the day. I could be convinced that Happier Than Ever is it. I could be convinced that that um that other one is. Yeah. It's just it's really interesting. Um yeah, but I think I got drug into the stories around the production of Happier Than Ever more.
Yeah, I didn't know all of that.
There was a lot of
Would make me
stuff.
enjoy it more.
Like the producer community when that came out, it was like a bomb went off. People were like, "This is the best produced album ever." Like people were losing their minds in like kind of that production side of the music industry. And so I remember like that's how I started listening to that album. Like I obviously knew it came out, but I was just kind of like I wasn't really super into Billie at that time. I was just kind of like, oh yeah, like I guess I like her stuff. But then I heard all this buzz around that album. I listened to it. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And then I started falling in love with her and Phineas and their stuff. But anyway, I wouldn't. I could go either way with it. I think I could understand what you're saying because I think it's a step back in the sense that like I think people really loved sonically what she did before, and
Yeah.
it was a big pivot for her.
I was really early with Billy. Like
Yeah.
I was listening to, just the stuff that she was putting on the internet, like
Mhm.
and sound
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, yeah, like maybe that is part of it. I do think it's time for a re-listen for me though, for Happier Than Ever. Probably, I probably haven't listened to it since the year it came out, if I'm being honest. So
It's got some really great tracks, and just yeah, production is just through the
I
roof,
do
in my
agree.
opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, the highs are really high. Like
Yeah.
Goldwing, I love. I mentioned
Yeah.
NDA, Happier Than Ever. The title track is
Mhm.
great.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's time for me to do a re-listen.
Yeah. You do. You need to.
Number one, going back, I love to bring things full circle.
All right, let's do it.
When I first listened to Playboy Cardi, I didn't like him at all. Actually, it actually wasn't until Whole Lotta Red dropped.
How dare you?
Until I figured out like I understood what he was doing. So and now I love like his self-titled album and
yeah
his earlier work, but I didn't get it at first.
Yeah.
And then he did something out of the box, experimental. It piqued my interest, and then I kind of it all clicked after.
Yeah.
So that I've totally walked it back. Obviously, I'm a Cardi fan now.
Yeah.
But I thought it was worth mentioning, and
Hey,
I'm glad I was able to bring this podcast full circle.
I love it. I love it. You know, I was there with you. I didn't understand Cardi. And I think you could probably say that like about a lot of people that I've been like, oh, I don't really like them that much. Like, I could maybe in 5 years say that about Yeat. Like, I didn't understand him at the time. Like, I don't know. I have a lot of bad takes. I think I'm a very like quick to speak, quick to like air out my opinion type of person. So one of my like I think we've talked about this before, not on the podcast, but like one of my bad takes is that I just don't think oh shoot. How come how can I not remember this song? I'm so bad with song names. Kanye West's on his graduation song, graduation album. It is with Chris Martin, Homecoming. Okay, that is one of my bad takes, is that I just do not like Homecoming. I think of his like really like top stream songs, I think it's his worst one. That's like my bad take. Everybody hates me for that. So I still like, I obviously still stick to it. I just don't like that song. I just, in my opinion, I just don't feel like that feature landed well. And maybe it's that it didn't age well either. I just didn't feel like Chris Martin and Kanye meshed on that. But that's my take, and people hate it. So, especially the people that love Kanye a lot and love Graduation a lot.
I don't hate it. I do love Graduation a lot, but I agree that it is not like his strongest song. But in the context of what he was doing on Graduation, like you have to think about it. Like, this is one of the biggest hip hop artists in the world, bringing in the lead singer for Coldplay.
It's true. It was
on a song, which like that,
thing.
it was pretty new. Like to do something like that, like you wouldn't get U2 on a Kendrick Lamar album if it wasn't for Chris Martin, probably.
I do agree with that.
Which it's so like I get it. Like it's not. It's probably one of my least favorite songs on Graduation, but
okay. Hey, look, you're coming to my side here.
I'm coming to your defense, but I'm also defending like it was somewhat innovative, but it's not as good as everybody makes it out to be.
Yeah. Kind of like, like 808s is so innovative, but in the grand scheme of his best albums, like, is it really that great? Like, it did a lot, it changed a lot of things, but like, I don't know. A lot of people, like, you didn't have it on your top 5 list, so.
It pained me to not have it on my top 5. I probably would have put it at 6.
6? Okay.
Probably.
That's totally fine. Obviously, my Yeat take is a worse take. I put out a video when his 2093 or whatever that album was, that I just didn't understand why everybody was so like, this is so genre bending and breaking, and it's like everybody was really losing their mind on that, and to me it didn't sound really anything special or new or different. It really just sounded to me like he was just rapping over like the score to Tenet. Like, it didn't sound, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't sound.
Okay. The score to Tenet is amazing.
I know it is, but people were making it seem like he was coming up with these sounds that were like totally new and totally fresh, and I'm like, no, this isn't. Like, Quadeca is doing this. Like, what are you talking about?
Quadeca is who Yeat fans, you know what I'm trying to say. Quadeca is who Yeat fans think Yeat is.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Let me re-say that because it came out weird. Quadeca is who Yeat fans think Yeat is.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
To
me.
Yeah, okay.
To me.
It feels weird. Like I said it 3 times. I don't even know why. Like, it just did not feel right coming out of my lips.
Yeah. Hey, I'm here for it. The other take would be like how highly I value Reputation in Taylor Swift's discography, I think. Like, I just think most people are like, that's so dumb. This is such a bad album of hers. Like, a lot of people would put Reputation as one of her worst albums, and I'm like, come on.
That's crazy to me.
I know. So I think, and all of these takes, I'm like doubling down now even more.
Yeah. Reputation is a really good album.
Yeah, so I think it's really good.
I will defend you forever for that take.
I love that. That's 3. Um, this is the worst one, but because my fourth is eluding me, I didn't write these down, but I had them in my head. I thought I would remember them all. But
Yeah, it's okay.
this is the worst one, and I walked this back big time. And this was that kind of like throwaway episode that I put out. But I said that of Chapel Roan's like tracks on the Midwest Princess album, Coffee was the worst song. And that was so like such a bad take. So bad. It's hard to rank like a worst song on an album that's really good anyway.
Yeah.
There really weren't any skips I didn't find on that album. Anyway, Coffee absolutely was not. So I walked that back. I was just so enamored, I think, at the time of with her like high energy pop hits. Like
Yeah.
I just found that she did such a good job on those that I couldn't really look at her ballads. But then as I listened to that album more, I was like, man, she's actually just as good at writing pop ballads as well. And so I started to
She's
like,
amazing.
she is amazing. And I started to really enjoy Coffee. And then, I've actually gone like a full 180 where I'm like, I think Coffee is her best song.
Wow.
So it's been that drastic. But I've listened to that album a lot, probably more than most newer albums. I've listened to that so much.
Yeah. It's an incredible album. Do you like her new track, The Giver?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Like obviously it's a total genre change for her. Like
Yeah.
she's stepping into country, so I think it's going to take some adjusting and some like more time with the track. I wasn't blown away by it. I wasn't like, "Whoa, this was insane." But I also wasn't like, "I don't like this." I was kind of like it was like one of those songs where I'm like, "I know I need to listen to this probably 10 more times before I can really decide
Yeah.
exactly where I am with it." But I on initial listen I did like it. I just was kind of like, I don't know. I just want more of what Chapel was doing before. I'm not
I think
ready
she's
for her
going
to
to.
go into country.
I'm pretty sure this is like a one-off. I think I heard that in an interview with
I thought she was prepping
Album Music
for.
or someone.
I thought she was prepping for a country album.
Not based off of what I heard, but
Okay,
maybe.
maybe I
I
heard.
mean, I would be happy. Like, I love The Giver. I'm a
Mhm.
big Shania Twain fan, and
Yeah.
so to me, I mean, this is just straight out of Shania's book. And
Mhm.
so for me, I thought it was fun. I'd be happy with an album, but that'd be crazy because we had the Beyonce album.
Mhm.
We already have the Lana Del Rey album announced, country album. And
She's
so
scrapped
if
that.
oh really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
which is
Because then
sad.
we would have had three of the biggest pop artists out right now doing country albums. So
Yeah. Well,
why did she
Post
scrap
Malone.
it? Did you hear? Oh, and Post Malone. You're
Yeah.
right.
Um, I don't remember. I didn't dig into it very much. I just actually it was Aiden that was on here said that she wasn't doing it anymore.
Oh, I'll have to look into that because that's
Yeah.
gonna probably put me in spiral down into depression for a couple days. So
I know.
that's
So,
I'm looking
there's
forward to
one
that.
for there's one for you right there. There's
I
something.
think Lana would make a really good country album.
Yeah, she would. Like I guess to me it depends on what type of country she rolls into. Um,
Yeah,
if she's like going
for
like
sure.
into like intense twangy like knee slapping country, I don't know how much I would love that. But if she's taking her tasteful spin onto country, I think I would really enjoy it.
That's what I
I
would
think it'd be
assume. You know,
killer. Yeah,
when you picture a Lana album, you picture it being like an Americana
yeah.
country album, like
But that's kind of
very kind
yeah,
of old school country
yeah.
with just like her really incredible vocals. You know,
It's true. Yeah.
I was excited for that.
Yeah, it would be really cool. But and it's funny because like you've got Beyonce that put out her country album and it's like, is that really a country album or is it just like country themed? So like
Yeah,
that's one side, and then you have Post Malone who just like went like he just dove head first. He's like, I'm just gonna be a guy with the twang and talk about trucks and like I'm gonna act like I've never put anything else out before. I'm just
I
country.
know.
Like it's like other than his voice, there's no Post Malone onto his country album. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah,
you've got these two extremes of this kind of deviation from what they've typically done. With Lana, it would be cool if she could do something in the middle there. But yeah,
yeah.
I heard that it was scrapped. But I just also said that I thought Chapel Roan was doing a full country album. So am I really that reliable of a source? I don't know. Who's to
I
know?
I don't even know if what I'm saying is that reliable either. If I'm being
What
honest.
what
Like that's
even
just
is truth, really?
for some reason that's in my head. I feel like I watched her in an interview with Apple Music and she said this like she's still focusing on making a pop album.
Mm, yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm 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 here for it. Um, yeah, and I can't remember what I had as my fifth. I have so many like takes that I'm like people would say are bad. So like I did this whole series of like the five best and the five worst tracks. Sometimes I would do like an entire discography, sometimes I would do an album. So like pick any one of those. I'm sure there's a bad take in it.
Yeah. Bad those things are like so subjective.
They are, yeah. Yeah, my Frank Ocean got a lot of hate. My five worst Frank Ocean, my five worst Zach Bryan, both of those got a lot of hate. My five worst Lana got a lot of hate. Any like artist that had a pretty good like following and fan base, almost all of those people are like, "You're an idiot." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but
Well, the Frank Ocean one you're doomed from the start because his discography is
I know.
small
I know."
and so high quality. Like
Yeah.
you're picking
And
nothing.
I decided when I did this series that I wasn't gonna put any like interludes in. So like then it's like there goes all of the songs I could pick from Frank Ocean because like all of his
Literally every
interludes.
other song's amazing.
Yeah, so it's a tough one. Oh gosh. Okay, cool. Well, we've been cooking on this podcast for a long time, but I do want to do like just a fun like little thing here.
Okay. Yeah.
And we can even just like we could honestly just clip these completely for like we
Clip whatever you want.
yeah.
Like I'm excited. Like yeah, there will be a lot of good videos to post and stuff. So
All right, so I want to run in just a cut. Or okay, first before I do this, do you still have time? Like I want to be respectful
oh,
of
I'm
your
good.
time too.
Good.
Okay,
I'm good.
I don't want to run the midnight oil here. Okay, so we're gonna play a couple like little games here. The first one is going to be blind ranking 10 Kendrick Lamar songs. You don't know which one I'm coming up with next, and you just have to give me. I'll keep track of like what numbers you've used because obviously
Okay.
that's the hardest part when you're doing it on the fly. But you got to do it on the fly because I want
Okay.
you to.
Kendrick songs.
And they're all gonna be. I will say this: I'm not gonna like hit you with like deep cuts. Like I'm gonna be taking them from like the 30 most streamed songs on Spotify.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's good. I listen to a lot of Kendrick, so I would be fine either way, probably.
All right, so let's do this. We're gonna hit up first with a big one, backseat freestyle.
Let's put it at an even 5.
Going for 5. Okay.
Right in the middle. Yeah.
All right. I just said it. All right.
All right, we're gonna put at 4.
Okay.
It is like it's like the quintessential Kendrick song. I know that, but personal preference, I think that there's others that I would like to save the top 3 for.
All right, let's do it. Humble.
10.
Ooh, not a humble fan.
I do like it. It's very easily like can get annoying quickly.
Yeah,
for me.
I can get there with you.
Get like it's good.
Yeah. Hey, you don't have to to explain yourself to me.
For anybody watching, I'm a huge Kendrick fan.
Don't come at me. N95.
We'll put that at 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
King Kunta.
We'll put that at 7.
That's one of my favorite Kendrick songs.
Okay.
Mostly just because of the sound. Mostly just like sonically, I love the beat, the groove. Anyway, I love that. Luther. Got a new one here.
Ooh. Luther. I kind of pigeonholed myself. It probably doesn't deserve a top 3 placement, but I think I have to. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to do.
You have 1, 2, 3, and 6 and 8.
Okay, we'll put it at 6.
6? Okay.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's in that backseat freestyle tier, so that's good. But I'm kind of scared. Like I might get stuck with my top 3 here. Okay.
Should I make it really hard for you and just like ramble off 4 bangers and like the number 8 is
I
gonna.
thought these were like randomized.
They are
or something.
random.
I feel
Well,
like
they're randomized
okay.
in the sense that I'm just looking at a list. Not like
That's
us.
not random.
Yeah, well, it's random.
Not like us. Okay, not like us. We'll put at 2. Yeah,
Put it at 2.
we'll go with a little bit of flexibility.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll put it at 2.
Money Trees.
Money Trees is 1.
Okay.
Money Trees is 1 regardless if it's a blind ranking or not.
Yeah,
me.
that's just your top. Okay, I like
That's
it.
like it's the perfect hip hop song. Like it has the depth that you love from Kendrick, but it has the hit, radio radio play ability, and that beach house sample. Oh, come on. It's everything you love in hip hop.
Yeah.
And the feature.
I know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Every single thing you love in hip hop is there. The sample, the feature, the radio play, the depth, the lyricism. Oh my gosh.
Seriously.
It's a perfect hip hop song.
Yeah, I agree. Mad City.
Okay, so I've got 3 and 8.
Yeah.
We could put Mad City at 3.
Mad City at 3.
I mean, I've heard that in a mosh pit before, and it deserves to be top 3.
And let's do.
See what my number 8 is.
TV Off.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're fine with that? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that was a pretty good ranking.
I don't think that's half bad. Yeah.
I might have given you a softball with TV Off there, but I could have just
Thank you.
boiled it up, but all right.
Pretty good. Yeah.
So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do Kanye next.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready? Starting out strong.
Okay.
Your blind ranking of 10 popular Kanye songs, Heartless is number 1. Not your number 1, but the first one.
Heartless, we're going to put at 9.
Oh, yeah. I don't like Heartless.
Okay. But the music video is so fire.
It is. Yes.
So
I agree with that. Violent Crime.
Violent Crimes we'll put at 8.
Okay, we're getting some of these low ones off. Black Skinhead. Talked about this.
Let's put Black Skinhead at probably 5.
5.
We'll put that right in the middle. It's ironic. It's very similar to Backseat Freestyle, same energy, which I also put at 5 for Kendrick.
Yeah, that's true. Look at you.
Maybe there's something psychological there for me. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. All of the Lights.
Okay. Not as good as Black Skinhead, but pretty incredible. We'll put it at 6.
Doing 6. Okay. You've got 1 through 4, 7, and 10 left.
Roger.
Stronger.
Put that at 7.
7. Not a Daft Punk fan. Okay, I see.
I am a diehard Daft Punk fan, actually, but in the scope of Kanye's discography, Stronger, it's not up there, but it is amazing. Like, again, going back to the stadium power of Graduation, like Stronger.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good live.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Gold Digger.
Gold Digger we'll put at 4.
4? Okay.
Or 10. What do I do?
4
we'll put it at 4.
4 or 10?
We'll put at 4, yeah.
Power.
Power we'll put at 3.
Okay. You've got 1, 2, and 10. This is gonna get this is gonna
fun.
get tricky here.
This is when it gets good, yeah.
Devil in a New Dress.
It's number 1.
Gotta be number 1.
It's gonna be number 1, no matter what.
And then we're gonna do Bound 2.
Oh man, that hurts me to put at 10, but it's not going at 2. Bound 2 is one of Kanye's most overrated songs. It is really, really good, but it's overrated.
It's good. It's his 8th most streamed song. It's wild.
That's crazy. Like, people think it's the best song on Yeezus. That literally would, that's not even top 5 Yeezus. It's like nowhere near.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That is so highly streamed. I wonder why.
I don't know. Yeah. And last one.
My number 2.
Praise God.
Could be worse.
That's true. I could have.
That song is hype. So it could be worse.
All right. So the last game we're gonna play here is another blind ranking. You have to. I'm gonna go through a list of 10 out of the top 25 artists that are the most streamed artists.
Okay.
And you're gonna pick. You're gonna blind rank. So I'm gonna say this a little bit better for the clip. So you're now going to blind rank 10 out of the top 25 most streamed artists. And the first one I'm giving you is Bruno Mars.
So is this like based off of talent, or is this based off of personal preference? Like, if I'm putting together a roster for like my iPod, who I'm gonna listen
Good question. I would say based off of talent. Let's do talent.
to? Okay,
Yeah.
then we're gonna put Bruno Mars high. We're gonna put
Okay.
him at probably 3.
Bruno Mars at 3. All right. Rihanna.
Okay, I'm starting to regret that already. I'll put Rihanna at 2.
Okay, Rihanna at 2.
Wow, Rihanna is still that high
Isn't
after
it? She's
releasing
14.
music.
14th.
That's amazing.
Ed Sheeran.
Well, I think I just have to put him at 10.
Okay. He's going at 10. Then we have Justin Bieber.
I'll put him at 8.
Okay. And XXX Tentacion.
9.
Now I'm really gonna mess with you here. Imagine
How
Dragons.
Oh, okay. We'll put him at 7.
And then Coldplay.
We'll put them at 6.
Yeah, especially
We're just moving up.
as Coldplay is now. Travis Scott.
We will put him at 5. We'll just keep moving up.
All right.
So I've got my 1 and my 4 left. Is that
Your
it?
1 and your 4. All right.
Okay.
Dua Lipa.
She has to go at 4. And we're just going to hope that we get someone better than Rihanna and Bruno Mars at number 1.
BTS.
That sucks.
The whole time I was planning to do BTS last, so I wasn't intentionally trying to mess you up, but I just thought that that'd be funny. I know that you were like hoping that I would say like Kanye or Kendrick or Eminem or something, but no.
When you post this, do not use the BTS hashtag. We do not.
You don't want that.
We're not prepared for that. We don't have the
I know.
bandwidth to defend ourselves.
Yeah, it gets pretty vicious out there.